Okay guys, so Mrs. D here, and I am going to explain to you what your research project is that's going to be taking over the next few weeks of your lives. I'm going to do a quick overview, and then within the live classes and within some lessons, you'll see it broken down step by step specifically. But I want to introduce you as an overview to what the next few weeks hold. So you're going to be researching a famous poet. You are going to be selecting this poet and researching his or her life. And we're actually going to start with 3 of his or her works. So not only the poet, but 3 of his or her works. You're going to go to Google, type in your poets, search a poet from a list that I'm going to provide to you, and select a poet and 3 of his or her works that appeal to you. I'm then going to teach you guys how to analyze your poems. We're going to walk through your poems and scan them as we've done during week 2 of this pod, and look for literary devices, look for author's craft, author's style, mood, etc. You should really know your poems inside and out. You should know what's going on in each line. If there are questions about them, come to me. That's where the help sessions come into play, so that you understand your poems inside out. You're going to pick more challenging poems and make sure that you understand everything about them. Text analysis of it, basic comprehension of it, and we're going to try and get to the integration of knowledge and ideas as well, building on what you know about these poems. Step 3, you're going to write about the poems. You're going to take your 3 separate poems and do a synthesis activity. You're going to take your first poem and, using the scanning that you did on the poem, write in paragraph form about all of the devices you found and explain them using transitions, and this is where the ideas to writing come into play. You're going to do that for each of the 3 poems. Then we're going to research your poet. You're going to have some graphic organizers to help you with this research. We're going to go to some solid sites to research the life of your poet: family, life, education, how did he or she die, what did he or she publish, what was his life or her life like. And we're going to use MLA sources. So we're going to teach you how to use an MLA bibliography and MLA format with regard to doing some research, and most of this is online research, keep in mind. Okay, I'll guide you through that. Step 5 is you're going to write a how to be poem for your poet. So instead of giving me a term paper on who your poet was, I want you to write a how to be poem, and I have some models for these that you'll see as soon as this gets posted. They'll be up as examples, but how to be Shakespeare, how to be Edgar Allan Poe. What do you need to know in order to be this poet? So you're going to write a how to be poem. I have a graphic organizer for you as well for this, and that will be the written part, technically, of combining all of your research information about your poet. Step 6 is a bibliography, and again, I'll go over all the bibliography format if you've never seen this, and if you have, bravo. And then there's just assembly instructions. Step 7, you're going to find a picture and create a title page to make this a little more formal. You're going to assemble your work in a certain order. You see the order in front of you there in step 8. And then step 9 is going to be a 50-point presentation to the class, where you're actually going to create a PowerPoint or other venue, depending on what you want to do, based on the research that you've done and the exploration of his or her works. You're actually going to give a PowerPoint presentation between 3 and 5 minutes to the class on your poet. So that's a general overview, and again, we'll be digging deeper into each of these steps through the next 3 weeks, but that'll be the goal. That'll get us through the end of quarter 1. And there are 2 samples for you. If you want to look at the samples at this point in time, please feel free to use samples from last year's students of the expectations, and I'm giving you an exemplary, that student earned an A, exemplary model there that you guys can reach for. Questions, write them down, jot them, and either email me, BBIME, or bring them to class. Have a good day. Bye-bye.